Hey, y'all, man, this is YeahManThePodcast, episode 20, man. Today we're here with Philip Madison, my college roommate from Texas Tech. I'm JP the Creator, man, and this is Ben Awesome Newsom, man. So today we're going to talk about our college days, man. So I'm going to start off with Phil Madison.
Oh, as a young man, what the hell are you talking? It's the time I got kicked out, the time I made it back, the time I went to junior college. I get kicked out again. No, I didn't get kicked out again. But at some point, man, it's just like prison. Colleges are exactly like prison. See, what happens when you start learning a lifestyle, start living in college for a while, what happens, you become institutionalized. Okay. That's what happened to me. When I got a master's degree, I became institutionalized, and I decided that I cannot function in normal society outside of the college. It's like those dudes who are in prison all their lives, and they can't function outside of prison. So that is a threat. That is a danger of colleges and universities, but I guarantee colleges and universities are a hell of a lot more fun than prison.
Right.
I don't have to compare it with, but...
I kind of agree with you on that because you become used to a certain lifestyle, and if you start working with the college after you graduate, you start to see the back scenes of what's said in the lounges. Like, you know, you're in middle school and elementary, and you're like, what do they say in the teacher's lounge? It's kind of like that in the offices, like, what do they say when students not in there? And then you start working as that, and you don't know what to do outside of that. Like, well, go use your degree. Why am I teaching now? Right. But you're teaching it, you're not actually using it, so you're not out there and getting real life experience. So it kind of like, okay, I learned this, so now I'm teaching you, but you haven't used it.
Yeah. Well, one of the skills that you do learn to learn, and so you can be a professor. You might not be practicing it, but you're trying to meet people that are actually are. You bring these people in as guest speakers. You talk to them. You say, "Well, how are you guys doing? I don't know." Digital advertising or location-based advertising and stuff like that. So you're still learning and you're passing it on. You're just not quite practicing it a lot of times.
Well, some come in with the experience already, and but I like them to come in with the experience and they want to teach. But the ones that just like hop from student to TA, that's like, nah, bro. Like what you do outside of this. You was gonna say something, bro.
The way I look at it, man, is y'all smarter than the person that want to teach at the public school. Because like if you teach at
smart enough not to teach
at
public school.
Yeah. Okay. Because I did that for 1 year, and I respect all my friends that can teach at public school, man. Because I'm like, dude, this is not me. Right. All the kids that were bad in school are excellent teachers, bro. I had a couple friends, and I'm like, dude, like you didn't even pass on your own, bro, and they excellent teachers because they know the game. You know what I mean? So they know what their kids doing. But I thought about it like a couple years ago, man. I'm like, cause I coach football, and one dude was like, hey man, you can coach little kids. No, don't do that shit. And then
you said they were thugs. I remember you said those kids at that charter school, a bunch of thugs.
Oh yeah. But you know what? I met them later. They was cool, man. You know, but see, man, yeah. But you know, I only did it for 1 year, and you know what? I'm gonna say like it wasn't the kids; it was the parents. Oh. And like I hated meeting the parents, bro. And then when I say Phil is a college professor, he ain't got to meet the parents. I said that is fucking cool. And like if I didn't have to meet the parents, I would have loved teaching. But it was just like because I feel like education is something that you have to want to do. I don't want to babysit you, man. And that's why I hated dealing with the parents. Like anytime you had a teacher meeting with the parents, I'm like, why do I have to go? And that's why I hate it. And so I was thinking, man, that's a cool job to be a professor, and you ain't got to meet the parents.
Yeah, I mean, not necessarily, but that's
not necessarily because you have some parents that will come up to that college and they're like, well, I want to know who your professors are and all that. You will make sure they're doing that, but these parents forget this kid is now considered grown.
Oh,
but at the same time, you're still dealing with an 18-year-old teenager.
Yes,
and they're not 20, 21, even 22 when you graduate. Supposedly, you're still not really in that mind frame of, oh, you gonna get a job.
You're not an adult till you're 35, man.
I wish I was I'm still working on that.
You know what though? My dad did do something similar to that, but it was more to check me. So basically though, he was like, okay, well, what type of program you got? And so he kind of told me, okay, this is the program they got, this is the program we got, and this is the program we got. Like one of the coolest people ever to ever teach school was this dude named Robert Sampson, man. And Robert Sampson was he worked in minority opportunities, and it was basically for like minorities to get out. When they get out of school, they can find a job.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was his whole thing. So my dad met with him, and so he was like, okay. He said, well, I'm glad to meet you, Mr. Porter. He said, you know, what's your son's name? He said, John L. He said, won't be checking in with him. Had a problem with math, man. This dude came to my room, man, and just. He said, man, I'm here to help you study for your exam. I'm like, are you serious? He said, yeah.
He was a high school teacher, high school teacher?
No, he was in college, man.
He was in college.
I was eating one day, and the dude met me. I was eating with Dustin, and the dude met me in the hall.
The UP?
Yeah, not in the UP.
Bledsoe.
Bledsoe.
Okay.
Sneed.
Yeah, okay.
And he picked me up and said, hey, man, it's time to study. It was statistics. And the dude actually picked me up and studied with me, man. He was a professor. He was working career opportunity office. I thought that was so cool, man, because he knew I wanted it.
I ain't had no teachers like that.
Man, Tech had some cool teachers, bro. Really.
We ended up becoming affiliated with Tech right after, I think, before I graduated, we became affiliated with Tech. And that year, I kid you not, everybody from San Antonio, Dallas, Austin, and Houston all came to Angelo State. You can see it was a flood of black people coming. I was like, whoa. Y'all ain't heard nothing about Angelo State unless you were playing sports.
Right.
I heard about Angelo State by accident because of Texas State. Now all of a sudden we're about Texas Tech. I'm like, oh, see, I'm gonna come here. Their plan was I'm gonna come here and I'm gonna go 3 hours away at Texas Tech. Most of them didn't make it through the semester without coming here all the time. I didn't understand the simple fact of you're 3.5 hours away from home. Why are you going home every weekend?
Yeah, you're supposed to stay away from
You're supposed to stay away from home.
Man, in my day, this is the early or 93. Man, I would go months without talking to my parents. I never wanted to go home. I was happy where I was at. And then even later, whenever I went to Texas Tech, same thing. So I'd go months without talking to my parents. And then cell phones come out. And then they start doing research. They're finding out that people are talking to their kids and parents average 4 to 5 times per day. I'm like, my God, when are you going to grow the hell up?
Yeah, I couldn't go months by talking to my mom because she'd have came out to the school.
Oh, she came out
to the school, and there was one time in particular, I didn't call her for like a week, and I call her every once, just let her know I'm doing okay or what was going on in class or whatever, just checking in. Right. And my dad, he would call me more. He would call me. And he called me more. I answer the phone. I talk to him. If he pissed me off, I hang up. Right. He was 4 hours away. So I'm like, what you gonna do? Come out here? Yeah. I was like, you gonna come out here? You too tired to fight, so you might as well just go and stay with Gang. But now he's living here in San Antonio, so he just kind of knock on my door and just walk in with their key. So, anyways, what was I saying? Oh, my mom had I had talked to her for like a week, and no, like 2 weeks. I think it was 2 weeks.
She was pissed off.
She was mad. So it was like 2 weeks. So I was like, ain't nobody called me. I was like, well, no news, good news as far as I'm concerned. Like, I'm dead.
I remember.
That was my thinking too.
But so when I did that, my dad called me. He said, hey, you talk to your mom? I said, no, I'm not lazy. I said, why? He said, you called your mom. I think something's going on. I'm like, what's going on? So I called her and said, hey, Mom, what's going on? You all right? She said, yeah, I'm okay. I said, you sound like you got a cold. She said, yeah. She's like, yeah, I'm a little sick. I said, you know why? She's like, you know why you didn't know I was sick? Oh, yeah. I was like, oh, here it comes. She said, because you ain't called me in 2 weeks. Oh, she was back. I said, I'm sorry. I've been busy. Like, you really legitimately get busy like it's a job. You have class. You have your friends you want to hang out with. I go to the gym and play. I had like a routine. Let's go to class, do my homework before dinner, eat dinner. We go in our hooping shorts, so then we go hoop, and then we lift weights, and then we go back to our room. So by the time you get to our room, it's like 11 o'clock. And then by 11 o'clock, I'm already ready to knock out. But my first week in school, I ain't go to bed till 2 o'clock. I'm like, everybody ain't tell me to go to bed. Like, anybody gonna tell me to go to bed? Like, okay, cool. Man. I still woke up for class, but I was like, well, shit.
I think I'm the only one. I think I talk to my mom every day, man. And the reason why is because, like, it was a culture shock for me. You know what I mean? So you used to go to San Antonio and you go to Lubbock, and I'm like, wow.
6 hours away.
This shit like some
country
backwoods shit. You know what I mean? Like, it's some backwoods shit. And like all the people that was like minorities, they would trip out. And it wasn't because like we was with white people, bro. It was just like, like if you tell somebody that you going to UTSA here, they'll be like, cool. You go to UTSA, what you studying? And Lubbock, man, especially tech ghetto, they be like, so you think you better? No, bro. I just said I went to school. You remember that? They was
the tech ghetto people or the
man. I went to what was the radio place over there? Cause it was over there by Furs. They still got Furs. Furs was fire.
Like the cafeteria.
Hey,
remember Furs?
Y'all had a bar out there on, was it 121st Street or something like that?
Madras Rock.
I don't know, but I went there for a birthday, bro. I didn't even drink that night. I was so damn drunk the night before.
There's a liquor store at 121st, I think.
There was a bar out there, though. I don't remember the name of the bar. It was years ago.
The library?
I went 4.
I went to Grams in San Angelo, so
But basically, though, man, like I would talk to her every day, man. And then I would just tell them like what was going on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it was a culture shock to me, man.
Did you talk about St. Gerard Ward?
You gonna bring that up?
You beat him in blitz.
Man, you ain't supposed to tell nobody that. Man, I was like, dude, like I was off the chain at Blitz and Tech,
yes,
bro.
That is true. I can't vouch for that.
Man, like
I'd lie and say, no, he sucked. My Cleveland Browns beat his Cowboys every single time, except for once or twice. But
man,
it would be a lie.
But tell them the story, man. Okay, this is the story. This is real talk.
That's funny.
So at Tech, man, like I would play Blitz, man. So they said Tech. It was like a group of us, and we would kind of like play games. So you had Dustin. He was like Dustin like Street Fighter dude, man.
He had one arm.
But he could ball, he could play.
Yeah, he was born with like only one arm.
Yeah, he was
like
only one arm, bro.
Yeah, he's like little bitty fingers coming off.
Yeah, that dude.
Two of them.
Whoa,
that dude. He
was great, man. So basically, man,
like get adapted.
Yeah. So basically, man,
Dustin, you're awesome.
Yeah, he probably.
Shout out Dustin.
So basically, man, like we all kind of pick games and we would play people. And so mine was Blitz, man. And so
did y'all have street ball too? Street ballers?
Nah.
Oh.
And so so this is like 90 what?
It was in the 90s?
99.
Oh, okay, yeah. It was already.
It was like 99, 2000, you know what I mean? So 2001 when I left. So basically, man, what happened is we would just play people, man. And so my game was Blitz. So, man, I would just meet people around Tech, and they be like, hey, man, I heard about you in Blitz. I said, yeah, man. I said, come to my room. They said, all right, damn, bet. So I just play them. And then it got to the point where I was playing 2 people. And then I was so good at it, bro, I would be like 100 or 45 or something crazy. And I'm like, hey, man, you want to have the 3rd person, bro? We got this. I was the shit at Blitz. And so, man, so then, like all these people got mad, like Dustin got mad, like, hey, man, let me play you in Blitz, man. Damn, man, this ain't really even football, bro. And I would beat him. Then it was this dude named Jamie. Like, Jamie was good at Madden. And so then I played him, beat him. And then, then Troy was like this video wizard, bro, video game wizard.
Yeah, he was a fighting game.
Yeah, but he was a video game wizard, bro. Yeah. Like he was in tournaments and everything. And so then I beat him. He said, "Hey, man, you just got it, bro." And so then I played Phil, and Phil came in there fucking drunk, bro. And he said, "You want to play NBA Blitz, NFL Blitz?" And I said, "Man, you want to get beaten?" He said, "I'm beating you, man." And he had created this little bullshit award, and I gave you.
We found that shit on your thing, or I can't remember how.
Well, remember, tell me the good part.
Okay, but tell me what happened.
I kicked your fucking ass.
Nobody believed it though. And then it was just like, because I think you came from Bash Rib Rocks, bro. And
with the Browns on top of that.
Browns, yes.
And he was intoxicated, bro. That's what I always said. How you intoxicated?
But Phil was a drunk, and he was like, and Phil was like, I am the drunken master. And like, he beat me, bro.
How he beat you? And he's drunk.
Because Phil is a drunken master, bro. And then I told him to thank Raw, like we used to lose all the time. So this motherfucker came up with some shit. Oh, this is a St. Gerard award, and this shit started shaking.
For that shaky records you had there, because you got beat by a drunk man.
Yeah.
Bro, but I beat up everybody on that campus, bro.
Except him.
Yeah, well, truth be known, I mean, that happened like once, maybe twice.
We played a lot.
But I mean, yeah,
you still got your 1 or 2 times.
Yeah, it's still, I mean, it's like, if we look at the full record, me and Jarnell played in the NFL Blitz for a year or two. I think I'm like 1 in 280.
But you still got that one time though.
I got it that one time.
You still got that one time though.
Maybe 2 times, but again, drunk, can't remember.
Yeah.
He asked me, do you have NFL Blitz still?
I don't even know that still exists. Like, it has NFL Blitz, Street Ballers.
No, he wanted the original one. Like,
the original one.
I had to look it up. I think it's somewhere in my mind.
I think the only Madden game I had, wasn't even Blitz. Madden game I had was the 2004 Michael Vick on PlayStation. And I had like a little PlayStation. But I remember one time I was in the room and we were. It was like the first semester, and we all used to watch movies and stuff like that. And we was in this girl's room, and it was me, Preston, shout out to Preston Games, Malcolm. It was me, Preston, Malcolm, and then Megan, one of the basketball players. No, not Megan Stallion. No, bro.
I'm like, you're high school.
It's a white girl. It's a white girl. Not the Stallion.
Yeah.
Yeah, it wasn't high school, it was college, bro. And so we're all watching movies. So me and Preston got the playing around, and Preston was always a clown, right? So we're always playing around, and I picked him up and I slammed him. Oh, Willie was in the room too, and I slammed him. And I didn't mean to, but he hit his head on like the rail. I didn't know he hit his head. He was out cold. We thought he was playing. So I'm like, Preston, wake up, Preston. Like, I was like, whatever, man. He's just playing around. But he's still breathing. So he gets up like 20 minutes later. What happened? We was like, oh shit, you knocked out? He's like, yeah, what happened? Like, nigga, big knocked you out. I said, bro, you all right? Yeah, he's like, yo, what the hell happened? I said, oh damn, bro, you just hit your head. So this is a warning for all college students.
Yes.
If your roommate is knocked out via incapacitation, intoxicated, incapacitation because you knocked him out, maybe you punched him by accident, or you punched him too. Y'all play, you know how you play a hitting game, like, hey, hit me. Yeah. You knocked him. Call an ambulance. Call somebody to help, because or call one of your nursing major friends. Maybe she's like a senior-ish. And hey, come over to the room, because I think we got a case for you. because dude could, I really think, I mean, to this day we laugh about it now, but he really could have been hurt. So that's a warning. Call somebody, because he was, yeah.
Did y'all ever go to any of the sorority parties, but you wasn't part of the sorority?
I went to the fraternity party. I went to part of the stoplight party. And the graffiti party.
Which one is it? The fraternity dude. Okay, yeah.
Man, I got invited by a dude. I think his name was Abraham. He was from Mexico. He's like, yeah, come check out our fraternity.
Was it Hispanic?
He was in my marketing class.
Was it Hispanic?
5% marketing class.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you.
Well, he was Hispanic. He said, yeah, come here on this night. This time I showed up. It was a sorority.
Which one is the sorority?
The sorority's the women, yeah.
So
and I'm like, wait a minute, I don't think I'm in the right place. No, he just gave me the wrong time.
Man, I went to the black ones, man.
I almost joined the sorority. I mean, that would have been...
That'd been epic.
What's that?
Some lipstick on.
What were you gonna do in the office?
Man, look, man, I want to go join none of them, bro, because I felt like I seen the way they did them. Because at Tech, they had, like, it was mainly brick.
Did y'all have Sigma up there?
Man, we had everything.
Q dogs.
Everything.
You know, Sip and Q don't get along, right?
It wasn't really no beef, bro. At Tech, they was more into like beating you into submission. So at Tech, no, am I lying, bro?
No, yeah.
Beating into submission.
No, that's what I meant, bro. Like they would make you do little stupid stuff. Like basically, Tech is like a brick. It's a legit campus. So basically,
I've seen it from a distance.
it's legit. It's like a little city. It's legit. It's
Yeah, I
legit.
see it myself.
So they got school. They have buses around there. They have bus plans out there, bro. Like to get you to like different
Parts of campus.
Yeah, it's legit.
Yep. Sam used to like that too, but
so
LSU, man.
man, we gotta go to LSU.
LSU rules, man. I mean that. Keep going, man. Tell us.
Anyway,
Come on.
So basically, man. So what happened was we was at hey, give me that bottle.
what bottle? Man?
The bottle right there.
The Kraken bottle?
Yeah, give it to me.
Give it the Kraken.
I mean, there's a story behind that.
Oh,
So
I'll be back.
It's another story. Nah, that's another story.
Yeah, that's another story.
All right, so basically,
That was a fun story.
all right, but basically at Tech, man.
For me, it was.
Basically at Tech, they made you like, you know how it was red and black brick?
Yeah.
They would say you had to walk on the red brick, and that's the only way you can get to campus, right? I said, I ain't doing that shit. And so that's why I didn't join. None turns, bro. So my friend Rick, figure this shit out. You know what I'm gonna say, right? You know what I'm gonna say.
Keep going.
So basically, my friend Rick, he was like, hey man, I'm gonna join the Hispanic fraternity. And he basically told me that he wasn't gonna join. Every party I went to at Tech, they looked at me and I was a chugger. Like they said, hey, you want to chug? Man, one time two dudes picked me up and I chugged, man. That's how, and I fell on them. But anyway, so that's how big I was chugging. So anyway, I go to my friend party, right? My friend Rick. And so Rick is like, hey man, I'm going to this party. I go with him. So I said, they asked me to chug. I said, cool. So they said, you can really chug? I said, yeah. So you see this bottle right here? They put beer all in this bottle, bro. A bottle like this. And they filled it up. I drunk all of it.
I seen you do harder core than that. That ain't nothing for you.
I drunk all of it, bro. Yeah. I drunk it. You, I don't know if you was there. Was you there that night?
I wasn't there with the beer, but I was there with the gin. When you did the same thing.
You want chug?
But check this out, bro. So basically they had the beer.
How did we get you? No, okay, sorry. Go ahead.
I think that was the time I couldn't. You had to park my car. Anyway. So man, basically, so we had like a whole thing of that, and I chugged it. And so I was at this party, and there was this girl, and I said, "Hey, I'm Batman." And my friend looked at me. It was another girl, dude. Like my friend Rick said, "Hey man, we gotta get out of here." I said, "Bro, like I'm really Batman." And she said, "Man, you gotta go." So anyway, so we go back to Bledsoe. I'm full. I am full.
You threw up, didn't you?
No, I tried to sleep in the bathroom though.
Oh,
did you remember that?
was community bathrooms too.
Yeah, I tried to sleep in there though.
Gonna shit on you if you do
I tried sleeping there though, and then Rick was like, bro, this is the bathroom. I said, just let me sleep.
That was that dude's name.
Trevino.
The lawyer guy.
No, he wasn't low. No, he's from Corpus.
Yeah, but there's a lawyer guy we were talking about the other day. It was a law school dude. It was Rick, I think that was his name.
Man, he introduced me to the club. Anyway, so I was 18.
18?
You're 18, man?
Huh?
You're 18, man?
We're going to the club?
Oh, no.
Oh, no, I was probably like 20. I was probably 19.
Days then. Okay.
I'm talking about you was drinking that, chugging
No,
that.
that was Bledsoe.
Bledsoe.
Because I tried to sleep in that community bathroom.
That's where me and you met through.
Yeah.
We went to.
So I went to the community bathroom. Wanted to go to sleep. Rick was like, bro, this is a bathroom, not your room. I said, send me to my room, bro. And he had to unlock the door and put me on the bed, bro.
Oh, I had plenty of those nights, bro. I've had plenty of those nights.
Rick was kind of strong.
I had plenty of those nights where I had to be putting I think.
Bro, I was trying to sleep in there. You know.
There was one party we went to, and pressing again. I'm sorry, but I gotta tell a story though. We were all in the party. It was basketball. It was basketball
This
girl
is
party.
ASU, right?
Yes,
ASU
ASU.
State. And so where's this party at?
What street was it on, man? Them basketball players lived. They lived in like a kind of like a hidden part of the city. I can't remember exactly. It was like A&M Street or something like that. A&M was real close to the school.
Yeah. This is where college is, right?
Yeah, but so they went over there and this girl named Chris D. What the hell was her name? It's a tall black chick though, and she's like 5'11" or something like that. And then they had it wasn't Katarina Caruso. Yeah, she wasn't there yet. She was like 6'6", big Polish girl. But anyways, Polish girl wasn't there yet. So anyways, 6'6". She was 6'6", bro.
Dang, that is tall.
Bro, like,
So yeah, you couldn't miss when you was in the club. Like,
She was dominant.
she was all over. She like, but she wasn't like that dominant, sex. She was like there.
Like tall.
She's just tall.
like group,
Huh?
like group.
Yeah, she like group, but like a soft group, like I am group. Anyways, man, so we're in there, we're all having a good time, and Preston Mario in the bathroom. So all right, cool. So we're all waiting for him to come out the bathroom, and he was there for a minute. I found wrong. We said, "Yo, Preston, what you doing now?" Finally, he opened it. He said, "Man, we gotta go." I said, "Well, what happened?" Just opened the door, flooded the damn bathroom. We snuck up out of there so quick. He threw up all over his shirt.
Oh, yeah.
That was just one night. And so he got home, and then the girl was like, yeah. So they didn't know who did it. We snuck up out of there before they could figure out what happened.
Yeah, and sometimes that's
And
the right thing to
so girl was like, so Chrissy was like, yeah, ain't my house anyway, so I wasn't even tripping. She's like, well, yeah, you did kind of like that. I think they shut the party. Everybody was like, somebody flooded our bathroom, like, y'all get out. So
clog the toilet or something?
I don't know what he did. I think when he flushed the toilet because he threw up, I guess it's like it was too much in there already. It just overflowed the whole toilet. So that was one night. We usually end up at the club though, and I was the wild one in the club. I was always bouncing around.
Club. Grams. Okay. That was way out on like Southwest.
Past the Logans and all that, going towards the Walmart. If you kept going, you go out towards
Sherwood Way.
Yes,
Like that.
what was it called? Twin Mountain or something like that. Twin
Okay.
Yeah, that big restaurant out there.
Gotcha.
Yeah, where the rich folks live. Away from everybody.
Yeah.
So Graham's turn is now turned to Halliburton. It's turned to the oil company.
Okay.
It's turned to Halliburton, and then now the downtown area is called. They go to downtown. They go to Granners, Fat Boss, and this place called.
I'll tell you, none of that existed when I was living in San Angelo. Downtown was dead.
Yeah,
They moved out to the mall, Grand Central Station. This new like cheap,
Sunset
awful development kind of crap.
Sunset Mall was like a little flea market.
It wasn't until people that were my age that like grew up in the 70s and 80s started.
The flea market where I got my shoes from at somebody says.
Yeah, I think what happened is like their parents started dying, they started inheriting money, and they're like, oh, let's go downtown and like open up a coffee shop or Dead Horse or a.
Dead Horse, I've been to. I've been to Dead Horse.
No, Dead Horse came later. Dead Horse was probably around 2000 and.
Ish.
4 or 5. I don't know.
Yeah, I was
just there one day, and I went back. And oh, cool! They got a cool place now.
Yeah, Swaggitos was there, so I ain't like going.
The coolest name for a club was a library, bro.
Yeah.
There was a library out of San Angelo, but they closed down before I got there.
With that, bro, but that was genius, bro.
Yeah.
Because
everybody's got a library.
That's a big name, bro.
I saw Judas Priest at the library. I found a bag of weed out in the parking lot too.
At the library?
Yeah, like 21 years old or so, or 22 or something.
The one in Lubbock.
The one in Lubbock. Yeah, and it's like this. I got tickets for the Judas Priest.
Yeah.
I don't know. You guys familiar with Judas Priest?
Yeah.
Singer? Or?
Like heavy metal.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like hardcore white people from the 80s metal.
Oh, okay.
All right, so I got
everybody.
Yeah, so I showed up, and so here's what happened. First I stopped off at I think it was Bleachers and got me some 10-cent hot wings. They used to have 10-cent wings. You could get 10-cent wings back in 1998. Now that shit's like at least $3 a pound or something. It's ridiculous.
I was 11. So.
Hey, but I gotta ask you this.
Yeah.
Was it better than the gizzards though?
Gizzards. I'm not a gizzards fan.
But you know, man, you had to go.
I gotta learn to like gizzards.
But you had to go to the what was that
I
place?
feel a calling.
What was that?
A calling in my heart this evening. I need to learn to eat gizzards.
In pig feet, bro.
I can do that. Yeah, no problem.
That's the best recipe ever. But man, like no, peep this out. It was gizzards, man. You didn't go to the gizzards out there about what was that? Where the alcohol was?
Oh, look at the strip.
The strip. They
You
had
can see that from the space station. I'm
What?
serious. They took pictures of that area
The
from the
strip?
space station. You can see this. You could see the strip from the International Space
Can
Station.
you see nipples?
Or the space station. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You want to see that.
Man,
You
that's
said nipples or nibbles?
Nibbles was the strip.
I know it's
and
Yellow
strip.
Rose you didn't want to see, but Nibbles, yeah, you can probably see that.
It's nibbles, right?
Nibbles, yeah.
Oh, I think you said something else, bro. Now,
Yeah, it's like when women who get involved in that lifestyle, they start off with Nibbles and then work their way down the highway until they
To
get
Yellow
up to
Rose.
Yellow Rose. They've got 3 kids by that time,
okay.
and it's 5 different fathers, and all that kind of stuff.
Okay. Well, you know,
The Yellow Rose, that's
Hey,
there's 2 potential ones for the third one, right?
Hey, I tried to kick it with one of the girls from Nibbles, and she lived in the project, bro.
Which one is it?
The one on the east side.
East side. Okay, yeah.
And it was me and Craig trying to kick it with him. Yeah, it was crazy,
Man,
bro.
look, I would say something about strip club, man. Because my cousin used to be a bouncer out there. His name was Anthony Dampier. What up, Head? They call him Head, but this
Hey,
girl
he should
was,
change his name.
And
His name is Head.
his name is Head.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not chewing head, dog. It's head, like a head, like a big head.
Oh,
Head.
okay, Head.
H-E-A-D, head.
hey, Head.
That nigga big as hell, 320, like 6'7", bro. So I ain't probably about the rest of luckily I'm his cousin, so he out in Mississippi, though. But anyways, he was a head bouncer out there, so I get him for free. And
That's the right way to do it.
that place,
Bible.
that place in general, like it sucks you in. Like if you don't watch it, before you know it, you get sucked into that lifestyle. They just like they do drugs, they drink all night, they're high when they get there, how they leave, they sleep all day. Listen, man, I can't mess with this lifestyle. It's too much. It's just too much. And there was some students that come out there to make a little money, but they knew like I don't want to stay here forever.
Yeah.
Hey, at Nibbles, man, you can ask Greg, bro. They asked me to be a DJ. Because, no lie.
You got something to that
No lie.
lifestyle,
Let
bro.
me
You said DJ to
Let me tell you,
It
bro.
could be a noble
Let
pursuit.
me tell you, bro. There was this girl, you know how like when they pick up beers and all that? And it was this girl there, and she was like, I said, say, girl. And she said, what you doing? I said, I got money right here. And then she started dancing. And I started giving them money. And everybody started giving them money. And they seen it. And they said, say, bro. It was summertime. They said, say, bro, you want to be a DJ? I said, you serious? They said, yeah. They said, because, man, you got old girl take off her clothes. That was a lie. And I was like, nah, bro, I'm from San Antonio. I'm going to go to San Antonio. They said, hey, nah, bro, we'll pay you. I said, okay, how much? And he said, man, well, you got old girl take her clothes off, man, so shit. And I didn't know how to work I didn't even know how to work none of that shit. I'm glad I didn't took that job. Cause I might be out there right now.
So then Nibbles. Man, I remember one time I went in
That
there.
was even open?
Was it a full frontal nudity place?
Man, they took off everything.
I thought
I
they stopped that in Texas.
Nah,
It wasn't 20 years ago, though. I mean,
Yeah, that's.
we had the Boom Boom Cabaret in San Angelo.
The Boom Boom
That was owned
Cabaret.
by a guy named Jack, who I knew his son, went to school with his son.
Mm-hmm.
And they had they hated each other for some reason. I don't know what that was all about. But Jack was an interesting character. There was a lot of like older folks in West Texas who were just interesting characters. They were cowboy-like, but they were incredibly sleazy. They ran strip bars and
Did things that wasn't so savory.
but they were interesting, you know? I mean,
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
they have interesting stories.
And there was one time I took my friend Jeanette out there. I said, if you want to see how a strip club is like, so I'm gonna take you out there so you can see. And we went out there, and I ended up paying to get in that night. And this dude, no lie, I'll never forget this. This dude came up to me and said, "Hey man, I'll give you and your girl $100. You move right now." I said, "Oh man, you gotta give him $100." I looked at his hand. He had $100 sitting right in his hand. I said, "Come on, Jay." She's like, I said, "Come on." So I was like, just move.
Move? Where are you moving?
Because when he had like a group of his friends. He's a drug dealer. He had a group of his friends in there, and they wanted to put the tables together. But we were sitting in one of them.
Oh.
I'll give you. He said, "Yo, man." He said, "Say, man, I'll give you and your girl $100 right now if you move."
Was this in San Angelo?
This is San Angelo.
What was the name of the place? Where was it?
Desiree's.
Is that on Avon, Konigheim, or and
Going down Bryant.
Gotcha. Okay.
Going down Bryant.
Yeah, it's been next to a church for like 50 years or something.
It's next to a church.
Yeah.
The church right there. Yeah, that church right there. So it's called Desiree. So we went over. So
it used to be called Maximus, and before
Maximus.
It had a different name.
And they turned Desiree because the wife, I guess, she won the club in a divorce.
Oh.
And so
she won the club in a divorce.
She screwed him. She screwed him bad.
Was she a stripper too?
Yeah, she was. So I think that was her stripper name or whatever. So she mad him. So he went up in there. She went up. And he came over. He said, "I'll give you and your girl $100 right now. You move." I said, "Man, you ain't got it." I looked at his hand. I said, "Hey, come on, let's go." She's like, I was like, "Come on, don't ask questions, just move." We moved, gave him $100, gave my cousin $50, and I ended up getting my money back. Plus, we paid for IHOP, and she got to see how to do it. So that was just one of the interesting stories.
That drug dealer's name wasn't Paul, was it? Mario?
No, actually, that's true.
I want to use the last name.
He ended up getting into a fight with one of the guys there over some money, so he wasn't there for like 10 minutes.
Okay.
Like 10 minutes, and it's like, damn, you just give my money. I'm like,
did he keep an SKS in his pickup?
I don't know how he's shooting. I wouldn't. Yeah, I ain't hear no shit. I ain't hear no gunshots after that. The only time I heard gunshots is here in San Antonio, and I was out there in Miami bar.
Hey.
I heard 5 guns. Pow, pow,
Hey.
pow, pow. I said, "Come on, bro, let's go." He's like, "Man, no, don't move, because one of them shits can hit you." Like, well, shit, we should be. I'm like, "Let's go."
Hey, bro, man. I don't know. You talking about college, right? Man, I was with Greg, right? And Medina, and this dude was like, this dude came up to me, right? And he was talking to me, and Greg, he was kind of full. Greg was like, "Hey, man, you trying to hook up with him or what?" And I'm like, "Greg, you just kicking it, bro." And he was just like, "Oh, so you trying to get some head or something?" And then Greg was like,
"From Greg or from?"
No, like, the dude just talking to me, man. He was cool. He said, "Man, you trying to get some head from him or what?" And I was like, "No,
that
bro."
sounds like my wife.
Greg, he wanted to pop the dude in the mouth, you know what I mean? And Greg would fight anybody, he didn't give a damn. So then Greg was like, I said, "No, chill out, Greg." He said, No, I'm trying to hook up because, he ain't talking to no woman, so I'm just asking.
Well, did Greg live in the UP?
I mean,
Greg is in the UP.
He was talking to you.
Greg not living in UP.
Was he a student?
No, he lived in Tech Ghetto.
Oh, he's a neighbor.
Can't even go to Bass Trip Rock.
Oh, so he was local, what you're saying?
Yeah, but he was cool. Oh, so he like on my Facebook, man. So Greg said, Greg talking shit. And Greg just hit him, bro. Yeah. Hell yeah. He was like, "Man, you want to fight?" He said, "Hell." He said, "Yeah." He just hit him. He said, "Hell yeah." And he just hit him. I said, "You gotta get some fuck up out of here." And he said, "Yeah, man, we should get up out of here." And he just hit him, bro, because it was like me and you talking. And he was like, "Yeah, bro, what's up, man?" And he's like, "Yeah, man, you don't see them girls." And Greg is like, "You want to give us a man or what?" You want to suck his dick or what? And I'm like, "Bro, chill out, man." He said, "Man, I'm just asking, though, because he come up to you like he's backing or something." And I'm like, "Chill out." And he was like, "Man, I'm just asking, though, bro, because we came in here with a bar of naked women. He come here talking to you." So I'm like, if you gay.
But that's what happens, and that's what, look, I'm not even going to lie. I know we're getting off the subject of this college in general, but that's what happens in strip clubs. You become desensitized to all these naked women walking around. You start talking to your boys. Like, you really do.
See, man.
I know I do. After a while, I'm like, it's just a bunch of.
Man,
So I don't even go. Like I don't even go.
I used to start being cool with them, man, and kick it with them.
Every once in a while, it's cool. Go to
their
homeboys, but I ain't gonna try to go to their crib because they ain't a bunch of crack fiends anyway. And he got that little whole stab wound. Strip club down the street, Paradise.
Wait,
Yeah, talking about Paradise right by Splash Town.
Hey, back up. You said butthole stab wound.
Bullet hole stab wound.
Oh, okay.
Strip club.
That's pretty bad.
They probably be in Southwest, right?
I said butthole stab wound. I'm like,
they probably be out there. They probably be out there at certain hospitals.
You gotta do like a whole podcast on Paradise, bro.
Yeah, we're just But back to college in general, because we're starting to run a little long time, but we still got time. But back to college, there. What was some of your favorite memories besides what we just talked about?
Man, I actually almost became part of a cult.
A cult?
Yeah.
Really?
Okay, baby.
How'd that work?
This happened, man. It was like some people, man, and they was in my classroom. They was in the classroom. It was a sociology class, and they were just in my class, and they were real cool. And a black dude came up to me, and he just started talking to me. He's like, "Hey man, you want to go to church?" And my dad was like, "Hey man, you need to go to church." So I was like, "Okay, man." So, and I didn't know Lubbock, so the dude came up to me and he was like, "Hey, let's go to church." And he told me when, and like he picked me up or whatever, you know what I mean? And I went to the church, and it was like I forgot. It was like in some big place in Lubbock, like a municipal something. And so they had a lot of people there, and they talk about God and everything like that. So I had 3 or 4 of them that was in that sociology class. And then all of a sudden they dropped out.
No. So in class?
Oh yeah, all of a sudden they dropped out, and they had people that were from UT, and they were going to UT, and all of a sudden they just dropped out. All of them dropped out of school.
All right.
All of them dropped out of school. So then I talk to my mom all the time.
Jim Jones.
No.
Yeah.
That's good. So I'm telling my mom, I'm going to church and everything like that. So basically, I'm telling them. I'm glad I told them. They was like, so they heard about this in San Antonio.
Mm-hmm.
This is lovely. They heard about it in San Antonio. So my dad called me and said, "Boy, what's the name of the church you go to?" And I told him. He said, you need to leave these niggas alone. And I said, "Why?"
And he said like that.
He said, "Boy, we heard about that church all the way in San Antonio." And he said, "You need to leave them alone." So my dad would come up there to love film at my dad. So he said, "No, you need to leave that alone." So basically, they knew where I lived at. So then they would come and ask me, "Hey, Brother Jarnell, when you come in this and this," and it was just like we watched Jumanji. This is grown people watching Jumanji, and they just like into Jumanji, like the F thing is coming. You know what I mean? And they were like a little bit too into Jumanji. And then they all kind of lived in one spot.
It's like that. It's like that ranch shit out there. Remember that ranch out there?
Mount Carmel.
Ranch Davidian.
No, the one out there near San Angelo.
Oh, the Mexico. Yeah, that was Warren Jeffs.
Warren Jeffs. It's just like sounds like.
No, they was Christian, bro. But they all. When you met them, they was all cool. They was attractive, bro. Like it was crazy, bro. The dude that I was cool with, like he had a class with him, and all of them quit class, bro. And then I was just like, "Why y'all quit class?" I mean, they would come all the time. They was like the people that raised their hands, like they were serious about it, bro. And all of a sudden, you didn't see them no more, but you would see them around the campus, and they wasn't like Jehovah's Witnesses, but they would like be cool with you. And so my dad said, "Hey man, leave them alone." So basically, I'm telling Dustin and Rick was like, "Hey, bro, leave them people alone, bro." And he was like, "If you want to go to the church, bro, you need to leave them, bro. You need them alone, go to Catholic, Baptist church, whatever, bro." He said, "But leave them alone." And everybody seen him but me. And so eventually I left them alone, man. And then, like, I say that first semester they left me alone and they came back. And then, I've been cool. Like, I kicked it with them. And they asked me, like, "Do you still go to school?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And they like, "Well, why don't you drop out?" And I said, "Because I don't want to drop out because I want my dad to come down here and whoop my ass. That's why." And so, because my dad whooped my ass. So,
he did stand
I would have to ask still my dad. So basically, so when we did that, my dad was like, You know, so I just got out of it, man, and it was like, it was kind of freaky, bro, because they all lived in one place, and then the people knew they all lived in one place, not to be gay and nothing like that, they all attractive. All of them was attractive, bro. Like you know.
Oh, dudes?
No, it was dudes,
They're like
women.
luring people. That's what
It
Mormons
was
do
dudes,
too, man.
Hey, boy was cool
They're
though.
all fucking beautiful young women luring men into.
No, all of them was
Mormon
attractive.
history.
All of them was like attractive, like men
They know
and
sex
women,
dolls. Yep.
and the men and the women. And they basically what happened is like they would be like the old boy was with a girl. You know what I mean? They was finna get married, and then they broke up.
Mm.
And I'm like, why, bro? Like you was at UT, and I think you had some that was in master school.
Wait, University of Texas?
You had some that was in UT, and they dropped out of school and went to Lubbock. Like all of them was from somewhere else, and then they dropped out and went somewhere else. But if you had a class with I had class with like 3 of them, bro, and they was all like into school, bro. They was like they were a little bit different than average college kids, bro.
I wasn't necessarily I was in school, but I dressed pretty much like this.
Right.
And there was this one friend that I still talk to her to this day, and she said, I couldn't stand those sweatpants you used to wear. She said, I can hear you clear across the campus, like you be yelling at me, I can see those sweatpants from a mile away.
Nah, man.
And she said, I can see you walking in a mile away, I can see you walking in those sweatpants. But to kind of piggyback off what you're saying, Warren Jeffs, when they broke up that whole thing.
Yeah, you were there at that time.
I was there when they broke it up, and they used the CHP, the Center for Health, the gym. Cause we had a Janelle Center.
The kids someplace.
Well, we had the basketball stuff, like lift the weights and stuff. So we had the Janelle Center over here. That's when they started.
Ryan Janelle, I knew him in high school. He's probably named after his grandfather or dad or something.
Probably, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Janelle.
That's between Knickerbocker and Jackson. Yeah, it's on campus, but that used to not be campus. That used to be.
Okay,
Yeah. That's like new campus over, kind of close to the baseball field. And
Yes. And then, so we had the Janelle Center right there, and then we had so in the CHP they put like we could go lift weights, but we couldn't go play basketball because they had all of them in there. And then I think they moved to the Janelle Center, and that's when they had the Stampede played a football game in there.
Okay.
And
the hockey team?
No, the football team.
It was a ring?
Yeah, it was indoor football. They called the IFL.
Okay.
It was like right below. So they that was crazy. That was like 2008, and I was like, I'm a part of history. I was like, am I really a part of this? Like, because if my daughter or my niece were asking, like, where were you at when this happened? I heard you were, like, my daughter was like, hey, didn't you go to Angelo State? Like, yeah, like, I was there when I never saw them. But I knew they were there.
Yeah,
but they put, like, paper up so we couldn't see them, and, because it was like, I was really trying to feel like, what it looked like, because I never seen that. And I was like, I was blown away. I was like, they were right there in
El Dorado, yeah. So
it was outside. It was something like not Clear Lake.
It's somewhere between Cristobal and El Dorado, I think.
I think it was El Dorado. That's where it was at. It was El Dorado.
2001 or so.
And they were 50 miles away, so they came over here.
You might even know my friend Tucker Wyatt. He's a badass guitarist. He plays out a lot in San Angelo. You may have met him or seen him or heard, I don't know. But he was sending me these photos, and his dad sent him with their pals who'd go flying around. One of those ranchers have planes and shit like that.
And they saw it?
And they took a bunch of photos from the plane of them building like an orchard and like a sanctuary or like a, what do you call it, like a chapel, or they're building that shit up and sending all these email things saying, hey, look what's going on down in El Dorado. We got some polygamy cult or something like that. And I don't think they busted them until a few years later when you were there.
Yeah,
and then O.C. Fisher dried up and turned into blood red. And then there was wildfires in Texas. There was a bunch of all these end times type shit going on around that time. And Warren Jeffs was saying, look, these are all signs. You got to let me out of prison. And then they didn't let him out of prison. But
He's probably still in prison to this day.
yeah, I think he is. I thought he died for a minute, and I looked him up, and it turned out no, he didn't die.
He's not yet. He's still living.
But see, the thing
That was crazy.
The thing about this code, they didn't do all that. They didn't, polygamy and all that.
What did they do?
The thing is, man, is that they made them drop out.
Yeah,
So they played on this. You know how, like, when Jesus was saying, in order for you to follow me, you have to give up everything.
Oh, so like,
And they played on that.
Extort
Yeah,
money from
they played on
parents and
that.
shit like
Yeah, they played on that.
Yeah.
And then, so basically, they was cool, right? They would watch certain movies together, like on Sunday. You know what I mean? So basically, you spend.
You ever watched The Last Dragon?
And I'm sorry, guys. I need about a 2-minute break. I apologize.
Oh yeah, you good there.
Okay, cool.
Sorry, BRB.
You right back? Yeah, right.
So basically, man, so that's what they would do, man.
Well, I got a guest, our live guest over here. She says that she thinks she know about The Last Dragon. She don't know my show now, bro. Who's the master?
Leroy,
Bruce Leroy is the master, bro. You know what I mean? Showing up. Okay, here's my thing about it. Here's my thing about, Last Dragon. That's what it just. Well, anyways, we'll talk about that later. But yes, the polygamy thing. Go ahead.
No, they wasn't polygamous.
They weren't polygamous, but they were playing off.
They was playing off
the
like
fact that you need to
you
gotta drop out, give everything up.
Jesus told the rich man, it's hard for a rich man to go to heaven because they won't give up their riches. Basically, and summarizing.
I'm pretty sure he didn't say give up your riches like that.
Well,
He probably said give.
You're supposed to give up everything and follow Jesus, and the rich man couldn't do that.
To an extent.
And so basically though, they couldn't do that. So basically what they would do is they would give everything. They would give up. They would actually be giving up everything.
Mm-hmm.
And so they would give up. I mean, these were smart people, though. Like, these were people that you've seen them. They said they went to college. You believe them. And so they boom, boom, boom. They
Just dropping out. Dropping out.
I mean, these were people, man, like the girls that I had class with, they was AD students, bro.
I'm driving.
Every day.
Bruh, I had a 2.97 when I finished school, and now I'm back in school 10 years later. I have a 3.4. The Kraken's flown away out. It floated away. I got a 3.4, but I know I'm not gonna say I regret any of the time I spent in college. I had a great time. I can't take it back. I'll never take it back. I'll never take back what I did. I did a lot of things. I did a lot of illegal things too. I'm not gonna lie, but we're not gonna talk about that because I'm not gonna incriminate myself. They like you can get me for it anyways, but there's some things. We all did some things that should have done.
Statute of limitations up by now, but
Yeah.
in 10 years you'll be like, oh yeah, back in college.
Yeah,
It's
anyway.
gonna get some.
They saying I got Tom Green talking about.
Uh-huh.
And you been Newsom? Yeah, come with me, please. Damn.
All right, man. This has nothing to do with anything. Do you have anything else you want to share?
You got badass hardwood floors in your bathroom. I mean, I really like that. That's there's something warm and inviting about hardwood floors. I mean, it might be cold in the winter. You got to step on it and go pee in the morning, but man, you got a really nice bathroom.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I try to keep it, kind of clean for guests when they come into the house.
Only feels.
Yeah, this is really nice. It's pretty cool in here.
No, but okay. Man, this is the funniest thing ever, man. Man, I hope this don't make you look bad, but this is the funniest thing ever.
You can't make me look worse than I make myself.
Alright, man, this is the funniest thing ever, man. Like my dad, he was visiting me,
Oh yeah.
and he used to come back. He come visit me every once in a while.
Yeah, he was cool.
And he said, "Hey man, is your roommate all right?" I said, "Yeah." He said, "Man, he threw up like at 2:15, man. I'm just wondering if he all right." I said, "Dad, he do that every day."
Huh?
He said, "Boy, I don't do that every day." I said, "Yeah, he do." So I was coming home. He said, "John, in, boy, They said, man, 215 on that man came in and threw up in the bathroom. I said, I told you, Dad.
Yep. Creature of habit.
So were you frequently drunk?
I was drunk every freaking day most of the time. Here's why. So check this out. So Lubbock is engineered to create alcoholics.
I was about to say that.
And people that are desperate, so we have to like take jobs and like I don't know. I don't want to use the word slavery because that's not what it is, but it's like Lubbock is engineered to create people, subservient people. And
Okay.
alcohol is one of the ways they do that. And I mean, you can get hammered, you can get pissed drunk. Well, let me start over. You can get pissed drunk for like $5-10 back then.
Right.
I mean, that's like nothing. Still, even back then, that wasn't $10. Wasn't that much money.
Nothing. Yeah.
So the way you could do it, you could go over to the plasma center.
It gets
And you get plasma, and you get $25, right?
right.
And it's like about 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, so you get $25 in cash, right? And then you go next door to the gay bar, and they usually had some kind of drag show going on, but they had 25-cent well shots, so you could get hammered for $1. So you've lost all this liquid to plasma, and you get hammered for like $1, like 4 shots. So you can tip them like $1 or something. It's like $2. And then, so you're hammered already. Then you go over to Bash's, and they've got $5 all-you-can-drink night, or all-you-can-drink beer night. So you pay $5
Mexico.
in Power Hour. That's what it's called. There was Power Hour, and then Monday night, I don't remember what it was called, the same type of thing. Pay $5, all-you-can-drink pitchers of beer.
Oh, wow.
And then Bash's, and they had like Tuesday was, I can't remember what, Monday was like $5 all you can drink. And then Tuesday was $1 long necks. Wednesday, I don't remember. It was one of the good ones. Thursday was $3.75 quads. That's 4 shots for $3.75.
Wow.
And all the bars were that way. And even then, I mean, it's like prices have gone up. We got inflation. But even then, that was dirt cheap. And it was very, very easy to get all the alcohol you wanted for very dirt cheap. And
yeah, it
I think some of this was kind of engineered. This is my Alex Jones. My inner Alex Jones is coming out right now, I'll be honest. I think some of that's engineered that way.
Yeah, it was.
Well, a lot of colleges, and I will say there's a lot of colleges, like big colleges, even small colleges, just like Angelo State, they're engineered to have students, especially it's a money pit, it's a money trap, because if a student gets in trouble, who do they call? Mom and dad.
Yeah.
And mom and dad are only going to take care of you for so long before you end up getting stuck there, and they're like, you got to take care of your own bullshit. Like,
Well, how many students go to ASU? About 20,000 maybe?
now, I don't even know, but then it wasn't that many. But the minority was most minorities was either running track or playing football or baseball or basketball.
All right. So, I don't know, how many total students? Maybe 20? 10 to 20?
Probably somewhere around there.
Well, just say for mathematics' sake, because I can't do math right now.
How about
10,000. Let's say
10,000.
10,000. I think there's a lot more than that, but 10,000. All right, so what's a semester? Maybe at that time it was around 3,000 a semester, 2,000 to 3,000.
Something like that, yeah.
So you got these people sucking on student loans. So you've got, I don't know, 10,000 students. What's 10,000 times, we'll say $3,000 in student loans per semester.
Probably about 3 minutes.
It's like 30 million? So what happened, we got this giant...
I got it.
Oh yeah, John Nelson's gonna figure out the math, but either way,
Okay, so how many? 3,000?
we got Pell Grants, we got scholarships. 10,000 times 3,000.
10,000 times 3,000.
It's gonna do that E thing or something.
It's
30 million.
Is it 30 million?
30 million, yeah, that's a lot of money.
Okay, so that's just off of just say student loans. We've also got scholarships. We got this big old fucking blister of fucking money. 10,000 students with this shit ton of money, and they're not wise. I mean, we were stupid back then. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and then they give you the refund, so you think you're refund balling.
All right, so if you're like a parasite or a mosquito of some sort, are you gonna go like suck on the dry skin? Or are you gonna find that big old blood blister of money? And that's what's going on in all college towns, but especially Lubbock, San Angelo too. You got this like thick vein throbbing, saying, "Come suck from me, suck from me."
And then you get all those bars, convenience stores, and other shit that's ripping people off. Textbook stores. Textbooks are the
Oh my god, textbooks are such a rip off,
my
dude.
God, but
They charge so much money for them damn books, and it's like you spend like $1,000, $2,000 on a damn book, and then the teacher, oh, I don't use that book, I use my book. But mother, are you serious? Right. So you gotta go buy that book and return the other book.
But I used to turn on my end, and you get like what?
You only get half of what you paid for it.
Hey, that's good though.
You don't get, no, I said you don't get half of what you paid for it.
you sell it back and you get
That's ain't gonna take.
if you're lucky. And then so now we changed the book this semester.
How much did it take? I mean, the tech wasn't bad with that.
The textbooks?
Yeah.
No, they were terrible, or at least when I was there. But I think they've gotten better. I think you can rent them for cheaper these days, or get them online. There's other options.
I get the online books because I go to school online.
Yeah,
so I get the online books. That's much easier.
Yeah. Back then, though, you had no choice but to buy the book.
Yeah, you had to buy the book. And if you didn't buy the book, you couldn't pass the class. So it's like, where's your book at? So it's like, some people will like wait, and then they're like, okay, now I'm going to get the book. But it's like, sometimes you have the syllabus available to you, and they're like, you need to get the book and read this chapter before you come to class. Like, damn, like, I didn't get the start.
Yeah.
I didn't even get the start party yet. You gonna get the book, man.
Yeah, but my main point on that, though, is that all universities are big, like, boluses of money, big bolsters of money flowing in from all kinds of federal government scholarships, and students are the ones spending it, and students are stupid consumers. I'm still a stupid consumer, I would say, but when I was a student, I was an even dumber consumer,
Right.
like person. I mean, it's like all my money went to calzones at One Guys.
Is that still there?
I don't know. No, I think they moved across the street, actually. It went to beer and probably liquor, and I'll admit it. One time it went to some marijuana, which I deeply regret, and apologize to my family. I don't give a fuck. Yeah, all right, fuck. So I smoked a lot of weed in college, all right? Yes, I did, and I have no problem.
You remind me of my one professor.
I didn't never smoke weed, man.
Never smoked weed. Okay.
I smoked like an ounce of weed.
I seen you like drink that gin one time. But let's not tell that story.
I smoked like an ounce of weed.
This story will be better for another time.
But man,
The gin.
Wrap it up.
Sure.
Yeah, and I fell on that dog. Yeah.
No, you were. I don't remember.
I had drunk the gin and I fell on the
Passed it on
dog.
the couch. I think
Did you kill the
pizza
dog?
box.
Yeah, and I fell on the dog.
Did you kill
And I tried to lift
No, I
it up.
didn't
I'm
kill
like,
the
fuck,
dog.
no,
I
man,
didn't
he's
kill the
staying here.
dog.
I can't lift this motherfucker up. This guy's too big. He weighs too much. And somehow we got home, and I don't remember how it was.
Then we walked.
We might have. I think you kind of came out of it.
Probably took you a while.
By that time, I was even.
Nah, cause we left you live at UP.
You
Right?
probably carried me back for all I know. Fuck, I don't know.
Nah, I think I drove my car and then you had to park it because I was full.
No, we walked that night. I know we walked.
We walked.
I know we
Okay.
walked. I was over to Brian's house, and they have those dogs that like shit all over the house.
And I fell on one of them, right? The big one, right?
They were pit bulls or something, so it didn't matter. I mean, they didn't notice.
Nah, they were German Shepherds or some shit like that.
They weren't that.
They weren't
No,
pit bulls.
these were like mutts.
Alright.
Yeah, they had sleazy dogs.
But man, say man, we gonna wrap up, man. Anything that you want to say? Wrapping up.
I got another guy. This has been so much fun, man. Thank you guys.
Yeah, I appreciate you coming, man. I really do. Like, it was really fun. Like, JP knows so many people. I'm kind of a introvert in a sense. I'm staying in the house, and this dude like, yeah, I got this guy. I'm like, bring him over, girl. Like, just bring him. I appreciate you coming, man. Come all the way from coming in here for the holidays and taking some of your time to come over and talk with us and just sharing some of your college stories. And
Honor is mine, man.
yeah, it was really fun. And I guess since you're in Louisiana, if you ever want to be on the show, we'll call you. You call in. We got the little speaker going.
Yeah, I
on.
want to do a Zoom with you guys because I got a little bit of a show too, but
Sure,
I
yeah.
plug it quite yet. But that's still in the work. But yeah,
Let us know.
we'll talk. Okay,
We'll
that's
be
phone
here.
conversation later on.
We will be here.
Not text messages because we don't want to leave any record of it.
Exactly.
You gotta be phone, right?
Phone.
No paper trails.
Phone works.
No paper trails.
Don't leave paper trails, especially you dumbass college students be telling your girl you're gonna do something to her, and when the cops pull it up, they can still get you. And if you have an iPhone, all they gonna do is put your phone in the microwave because you can't send a kill signal to it. Don't be stupid.
Really?
Yes.
But the microwave, they can't.
They can't send a kill signal to it. It won't go to it. Like, cause when you send a kill signal to it, it kills everything. Like it just wipes it out. But so what they'll do is they'll put it in the microwave, and they can't send a kill signal.
Okay.
So don't be stupid. But anyways,
Anyway, man, I just want to thank y'all for watching episode 20. And so, man, it was a blast, man. I tell people never forget where you came from, man, because you can't figure out where you're going if you forget where you came from, man. Phil was my college roommate, one of the coolest dudes I ever met, man. I'm glad that Ben got to talk about his college experience, man. We can have like 5 podcasts talking about college at Texas Tech, man. Crazy. But, man, I thank him for coming, man. We had a good time, man. I hope none of these people get fired from their job. I work for myself. but
I ain't missing my job. We good.
I think I would appreciate them for coming, man. The next episode, man, is gonna be episode 21. We're gonna talk to my friend Winston, man. He's been a rapper. He's gonna talk about the business in rapping, man. So that should be very interesting, man. Join us for episode 21, and thank you for joining Yeah Man the podcast, man. You have a great day.
Cheers!
Good night.